I got a message to all black people. We know what you're saying.
From Hollywood. Welcome to the Rat's Ass Podcast with Mojo Elliott.
All right, here we go with the Thursday edition. You know what I'm saying? From the Mojo Studio on Sunset and Vine. I hope you're clean shaven for this mortifying, action-packed adventure.
Let's do it.
Here's what's on tap on the wrap. This is a little embarrassing, but I got spanked on X and was suspended. I'll tell you why. I'm also going to place a call to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. You know, AOC. I have some questions about this Democrat DHS shutdown for her. And are you paranoid enough to build a backyard bunker yet? Not a pool, but a bunker. And do we have to be worried about meteors too now? Another round of head trauma is on the way. We're going to play a round of Liar Liar later on. Plus our usual lunacy and loose behavior, including Mojo's fucking funny and what say you. Fleabag has also assured me we have some outrageous and salacious email today. And that's what's happening on the Rat's Ass Podcast for Thursday, March 19th. I thank you so much for being here. All right, this is weird. On the Rat's Ass Podcast blog, the date says December 31st, 1969. And I can't get it to change. Now, I've used Blogger from Google for about 20 years, so I'm going to give them some time to fix it. But this has never happened before. But I guess it's going to stay until whoever is asleep at the wheel at Google fixes it. Just know it's them and not me. I really do know what day it is, even though I'm not sure what year it is. Hey, do you like beer? I mean, who doesn't, right? I have a friend who works at Z100 in Missoula, Montana. He does the morning show. His name is Chris Wolf. In fact, you might remember the story I told you a while back when I first started consulting stations in Montana. Chris was the guy who said, you know, we don't like people from California coming here and telling us what to do. So when I'd call Chris, I'd say, hey, Chris, it's Elliot here. I'm not calling to tell you what to do, but this is what I need you to do. And he said, okay. But anyway, Chris posted on their Station X feed the other day that he tried this beer called Nature's Call. And this isn't just any beer. It is made with real Montana black bear poop. You heard me right. Montana black bear poop. And he tried it. So naturally, this caught my attention. So I sent him a note asking, say, hey, is this true? And by the way, are you getting hair in places you never thought possible? And do you get this urge to go drop trowel and defecate in the woods? I haven't heard back from him yet, but hey, there's still a few more hours in winter, so he's probably hibernating right now if he's drinking that stuff. But it's real. I looked into it. All right, let's get into the rap here. Oh, Elon Musk. He has disappointed me so. Now, didn't he buy Twitter to change it, to preserve free speech? I got suspended for 12 hours on Tuesday for sharing an observation I had. Not real happy about it. I mean, it's 2 days later, and I'm still singeing down there, if you know what I'm saying. My pants are on fire over it. Because first I got some mixed messages. The first one said I was suspended for 12 hours. Then I got another one that said, well, it could be a week or potentially longer. I mean, could you please tell me exactly how long? Okay, the good news is I was back throwing jabs in about 12 hours. But I was really shocked by the suspension because I've seen a hell of a lot worse on X than what I posted, especially these extreme violent videos from content creators I don't follow. Like 10, 12 black teens dragging a white girl by her hair down the hall and beating the hell out of her. That's fine. You can show that. That's allowed on the platform. But I posted an observation, not a threat, an observation about the Muslim mayor of New York City, Zohran Mamdani, and I get shit canned by X, a verified member, mind you. Now, I thought Musk bought X so we'd have an open dialogue and free-flowing ideas without fear of being terminated or suspended on the platform. I guess not. Now, I have to paraphrase what I posted because they deleted it, but it went something like this. I'm surprised New Yorkers haven't dragged Mamdani out of his office and carried him to Times Square and strung him up yet. That's what I said. That's what I posted. 12-hour suspension is what I got for it. But yet we can watch 10, 12 black teenage girls drag a white girl down the hall by her hair and beat the hell out of her. That's okay. Now, I got to tell you, I can't help but wonder, would I have been suspended if I said that about a non-Muslim? What if I said it about Trump? Would I have been suspended? Now, granted, maybe I should have phrased it this way. Stripped him down naked and covered him in Ready Whip instead. Kept it light. Ready Whip light. I'm going to compare this to getting pulled over by the cops for a speeding ticket when there were other people flying by me faster than I was, but I get stopped by the cops. Maybe it was just my lucky day. Yeah, it was on St. Patty's Day. Yeah, luck of the Irish, right? My other issue with X is this situation with their AI-generated responses. They're not really responses at all, because they say, if you disagree with this, please send us an email, which I did. I just turned 16 there for a second again. But it's more like what they say is, we don't care. Take your spanking, and if you do it again, you're off the team. That's what it was more like. So there's your free speech for you on X. So moving forward, I guess I'll stick to responding to the simple post like, settle a bet for me and be honest. Does pasta belong in a bowl or on a plate? I mean, seriously, Elon, are we going back to the days of the Twitter?
What are you people? On dope?
All right, I mentioned on the last podcast that Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was caught on video saying the American people didn't suffer enough to get what we wanted after the Democrats shut down the government last year. But now that the latest Democratic shutdown of DHS to blackmail Republicans to revamping ICE is now in its 33rd day, I thought we'd give Alexandria a call to find out when she thinks the American people have experienced enough pain and they can start paying DHS employees again, especially the TSA agents at the airports who are victims of this. Oh, those poor TSA agents. Some of them, what did we lose? 350 already? They already quit and found other jobs. Maybe they'll go back when it's safe. But here's her phone number in case you want to flood her office. It is 718-662-6970. And you can only call Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. That's what Democrats do. That's their schedule. And that's my boy Jagger in the background back there. Yeah, I promised him we'd go get him laid today, and, he's a little impatient. But anyway, 9 to 5 is when you can call Alexandria. They probably come in at 9:05, check messages, go out for about a 7-hour lunch, come back right before 5 and say, oh, look at the time, I got to go home. I think that's probably how she works. But let's see if we can get a warm body on the phone or if we have to leave a message. Oh, we're getting rings. Thune, it just went right through. Interesting. Got 3 rings. We may not get a warm body.
Thank you for calling the office of Congresswoman
message.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, representing the 14th Congressional District of New York. You have reached the Congresswoman's Community Office line. Our primary district office is located in Hunts Point at 1231 Lafayette Avenue in the Bronx.
Fabulous.
And it's open from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m., Monday through Thursday.
Yeah, nobody works
We
more
also
than
have
9
a
to
satellite
5.
location in Co-op City at 177 Dreiser Loop, Room 3, and an office in Astoria, open on Thursdays by appointment only. Para Español, oprime uno. If you are a constituent of New York's 14th Congressional District, please press 2. If you're calling on behalf of an organization and would like the Congresswoman to attend an event or schedule a meeting, please visit us at our website at ocasio-cortez.house.gov and fill out our scheduling request form. If you have a press request, please email us at aoc.press@mail.house.gov. If you would like to request a tour of the Capitol or have a flag flown over the Capitol, please visit us at our website at ocasio-cortez.house.gov.
Who's going to sit through this shit?
For all other questions or to speak to the receptionist, please press 3. If you would like to repeat this menu,
sure I can
please press 0.
3? My God. Hello? Oh, more rings. Great. Let's see how many these are. That's 1. There's 2. There's 3. Oh, my God. This is ridiculous. This is democratic governance, by the way. What is that, 5 rings? That's 6 rings? Is that right, 6? My God.
You have reached the office of Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. We're sorry to have missed your call. We are either on the other line or away from the phone.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Please
sure
leave a
you
message
are on
after
the other
the tone.
line. Hello, Alexandria. How you doing? This is Mojo Elliott with the Rat's Ass Podcast in Hollywood. I'm a big fan. But hey, I was just calling to find out when you think the American people will have suffered enough pain so you Democrats will end this ridiculous shutdown of the DHS. I mean, I bring this up because after the last shutdown, you were caught on a hot mic saying that the American people didn't suffer enough pain to get what you wanted. So my question is, are we there yet? And if we're not, can you get back to me and tell me when you think we will have had enough pain? Get back to me at ratsasspodcast@gmail.com. And by the way, it took me 2 minutes and 20 seconds to leave this message. I got through to John Thune in under 30 seconds. Okay, Republicans work a little faster than you Democrats. So may I suggest your prompts say, you've reached the office of ex-barmaid Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. All the cool kids call me AOC. Before leaving a message, go to ocasio-cortez.house.gov for all other inquiries. That easy. Easy peasy. That way we don't have to sit through all that nonsense. Hey, I look forward to hearing from you soon. And remember, John Thune did get back to me too. All right? Tax the rich, baby. I threw that in to inspire a response. And by the way, Thune never did get back to me either, but she doesn't know that. All right, have you ran into these advertisements on social media for underground bunkers? This is where they dig this big hole in your backyard and drop in 2 or 3 of these shipping containers that you see on cargo ships that cross the ocean, and they convert them to these really cool livable spaces in case of the apocalypse. Now, from what I'm seeing, it's kind of odd to me because it looks like there is this big push by government to condition people into building tiny houses with underground bunkers. I mean, is this the next government scam? I mean, remember how the Democrats scammed us with the Green New scam for about 10 years? And all it did was double our cost of living, and we're still no worse for wear climate-wise? I mean, my God, since the 1980s, when you think about it, we've gone from the one with the most toys wins. 3,000 square foot houses, a pool, tennis court, 3-car garage for the Porsche, BMW, and the Lamborghini. And now it's all about tiny houses, underground bunkers in the backyard, eating food from Yeti. Some politicians getting rich off of this, scaring the bejesus out of the American people. But then again, if we start getting hit with big-ass meteors like the one that was spotted flying over New York, Pennsylvania, and into Ohio on Tuesday, we may need these underground bunkers. Tuesday afternoon, there was a sonic boom, I guess, heard over New York and Pennsylvania along the East Coast that really shook buildings. And I have no doubt people initially thought, oh my God, we're getting missiles incoming from Iran. But nope, it was just a meteor, a 7-ton meteor that actually ended up fragmenting 30, 40 miles over Valley City, Ohio. That's not too far from Lake Erie near Lorain, Ohio. And hey, by the way, shout out to my buddy Howard Gillespie, who moved to Lorain when we were kids. And I haven't seen or heard from him since. Hope he's doing okay. But the United States has become kind of a scary place to live these days, don't you think? But never fear, the government is here to help us all. All right, as you know, I like to offer different opinions other than mine, just to give you some other perspective. It's called What Say You, and this is the older millennial. I found him on TikTok, but I do want you to watch out for the F-bombs, because they're going to be flying.
Here's how I would fix how fucked up the United States Congress is with 5 simple rules. The first rule obviously being term limits. The people in Congress should be just like the president. They are only allowed to serve 2 terms. Then they can make way for someone else who has something else to say. Rule number 2, congressmen and women are paid the median salary of the state they represent. The congressman or woman wants to make more money, they need to take action to raise the median salary of the people in their state. This will immediately guarantee that they understand the people they represent. And I know people are going to say that would be hard to do because they have to go back and forth between Washington and their state. That leads me to rule number 3. No more traveling to Washington, and also no overseas travel paid by the taxpayer. Now, how will we accomplish this? Easy. We all know what fucking Zoom is. It is 2024. There is no fucking reason for our representatives to be traveling to Washington. There is no reason they have to meet in the same fucking room. We just install big-ass iPads on each chair, and they can talk it out over Zoom. It's fucking insane that we are paying for our representatives to travel all the way across the country just to fucking vote. All we need is big-ass iPads, secure push-button voting technology, and video conferencing technology. 3 things we already have. As for the overseas travel, there is zero fucking reason for a representative from Idaho to have to go to Paris on official business. They are not foreign dignitaries. They are not part of some international Peace Corps. They are representatives of their state, so they need to stay in their fucking state. Now, if they want to go overseas on vacation, that's fine. They can pay for it themselves. But there's absolutely no fucking reason taxpayers should be footing the bill for representatives or senators to fly overseas. Now, without them traveling all over the place, that's going to free up a lot of time. And that'll lead into rule number 4, which is single-issue bills only. Any bill that's submitted to be voted on can only be about one single issue. There is no fucking reason a veterans benefit bill should have anything unrelated to veterans in it. It should be putting up one issue at a time, voting on one issue at a time, and passing or not passing one bill at a time. Want more money for Ukraine? Put up a bill that is just the Ukraine funding. Don't combine it with some bill giving benefits to old people to try to make everyone feel bad and vote yes. If a bill or an issue can't pass on its own merits, then it doesn't need to be passed. And lastly, rule number 5. Anytime a member of Congress speaks to the media or the American people, it is automatically assumed that they are under oath and can be charged with perjury for lying to the American people. And if through a jury of their peers, preferably that jury should also be made up of the residents of the state they represent, they will be immediately removed from office. And that's it. 5 rules to unfuck Congress.
So how big is a big-ass iPad anyway? I have an iPad. I wouldn't call it a big-ass iPad, but is he right? Does he have some decent ideas there? Let me know what you think at ratsasspodcast@gmail.com. And by the way, a bill was passed yesterday that allows for the deportation of criminal, illegal aliens who defraud the government. 186 of your 214 Democrats voted against it. That's 87%. That should be voted out of our government.
Get ready, he's about to become a male chauvinist pig. Here's Mojo Elliott with his spin on sports on the Wrap.
March Madness is underway. And if you've been following my predictions on Facebook, well, you know my bracket has been busted already. I'm 2-2 over the first 2 days. With a full schedule on tap starting tonight. You can go to our hub at ratsasspodcast.com to connect with our Facebook page if you're interested in my predictions. I don't know if I would be at this point, but it's a big schedule now. Big schedule. The WNBA avoided a players' strike by coming to an agreement on their first players' contract, but it's tied to revenue growth, which is kind of interesting, I guess, because if they lose money, do the players lose money too? Okay, I didn't dig that deep yet. But it will produce the league's first $1 million contracts. I mean, these ladies were playing, 42 games, something like that, for about $80,000 a year. So, yeah, they were underpaid while the league was getting established. But so it's good for the ladies. But as Caitlin Clark, who missed most of last season with an injury, heads into her 3rd year, along with Angel Reese, her archenemy, I hope they still have the same fan draw. Because they just did a tournament over in Puerto Rico. They played a couple of games. They were lucky if they had 1,000 fans show up for each game. The men's national team, on the other hand, would have sold the venue out. So it's true, the WNBA has seen magnificent growth over the last 2 years. They're talking about expansion. And it's, a positive thing, I think. But, what if this strike starts paying these players a lot of money and the fan interest isn't there? So my question is, what if Caitlin Clark's lure begins to fade? She's the reason the league has grown in the first place. But if it turns out to be just average, will the league start to see attendance slow? Viewership decline? Now, you have to admit it's been pretty quiet since last season ended. I haven't heard much about the WNBA. I didn't hear much about it while Clark was injured last season. I had to actually look it up. Now, Las Vegas swept Phoenix to win their 3rd WNBA title in 4 years, so that's what happened last season. So who knows? Maybe Caitlin's return soon this year will reinvigorate the league. Time will tell. And that's my spin on sports here on The Wrap.
Rat's Ass Podcast. Head trauma.
All right, today we're going to play Liar, Liar, where I share a story about myself. You say you want to know more about me? Well, let me share a story about myself. And you have to guess if I'm telling the truth or am I lying my ass off? All right, despite being tall, well-built, and strikingly handsome, and an athlete, I didn't ask a girl to go out on a date with me until I turned 18 years old. Am I telling the truth? Or am I lying my ass off? Kick it around. I'll have the answer for you coming up.
It's time for some loose behavior on the Rat's Ass Podcast.
Yes, it is. It's time for Mojo's Fucking Funny, so we can lighten things up here a little bit. This is the late, great Ralphie May.
I was in Arizona, and the white people there have invented a law where they're pulling people over for driving Mexican, okay? Swear to God, all right? If you've got 49 people in your car, good luck going through Phoenix, Jack. Good luck. You're gonna need it. Everybody gets pulled over. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Sarge, we got an 84 Chevy Silverado blue on blue with 3 lawnmowers in the back. Pull that son of a bitch over. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I told all my friends in Arizona, I don't care if you're white, black, or brown, don't leave home without your wallet in Arizona. Well, you're trying to explain how you ain't Mexican. You'll be eating a dry bologna sandwich on a bus ride down to Mexicali going, I swear to God, my name's Brandon. I was just mowing my own yard. Yeah, what happened? I don't even speak Spanish. Look, none of my teeth are silver or baby size. Look, look, look.
Hey, heads up. Here comes your celebrity cheese.
All right, the ratings are in for the Oscars, and, well, they sucked. Only 17.9 million tuned in to that political sideshow disguised as an award show. To give you some perspective, when movies were good, the Oscars attracted close to 58 million viewers at their peak back in the 90s. But these dumbasses at the Academy don't see it that way. They don't see these political rants as a problem. Okay, they're like, well, we've still got 17.9 million people to fuck with, but that's your liberal logic for you. We are just weeks away from the end of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert on CBS, but we haven't seen the end of the guy who looks like he sells insurance. Netflix has dropped hints they might be interested in bringing Colbert on board to do a talk show similar to what David Letterman is doing. Now, personally, I think Colbert would make a better Jake from State Farm, but hey, that's just me. Jay-Z is going to be doing a show with The Roots, the Jimmy Fallon warm-up band, for a couple of shows in Philadelphia the end of May. But hey, better there than L.A. We don't need another 99 Problems. You know what I'm saying? We may have a little dogfight brewing between Tom Brady and the Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow. Now, it appears the rumors about Burrow hooking up with Alex Earl might be true. As you know, Brady has spent time between the sheets with Earl and isn't too keen on the idea that Joe might be pinning Alex's legs behind her head for a little who's your daddy action, you know, who's your daddy, who's your daddy. Yeah, Tom gets that vision in his head and he's going mad. But it does appear Earl is doing for the NFL what Kim Kardashian did for the NBA. And that's a slutty slice of celebrity cheese for you.
Who gives a rat's ass?
Rat's Ass Podcast. Email from our Gmail.
All right, you can send your questions, comments, and observations to my producer, Fleabag, at ratsasspodcast@gmail.com, and anything goes. The more outrageous and salacious, the better, and it is impossible to ever offend me. So bring it on. Brandon C., Yonkers, New York, said, I saw a post you made on X about religion not playing a major role in your life. Are you an atheist? No, Brandon, I'm not an atheist. I have tremendous faith in the man upstairs. But let me tell you a story so you'll understand. I grew up as a member of the Baptist church. Yeah, say amen. And when I was around 13, we had this pastor who used to preach always about the 10 Commandments. It's really the only thing we know. Okay, what commandment are we going to get this week? But he really hung his hat on number 7, you know, the one about adultery. Well, guess what this married pastor did? I think he had 3 kids at the time. Yeah, he hooked up with a 16-year-old girl from the church. And at that time, I made up my mind that I would never listen to a religious leader again who had the same capacity for sin as me. Wasn't going to follow them down the path of righteousness when I might not be heading down the right path, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So for the rest of my life, I've worshipped kind of in private. I kind of have this one-on-one relationship with God. And I'll tell you what, it seems to have worked out okay because I figure with all the money I've saved from not greasing the collection plate, the good Lord allowed me to retire early. Frankie J. Bluefield, West by God, Virginia. How many women do you think a man should date before they decide to get married? Well, Frankie J., I don't think it works that way, my man. You can't put a number on it. You date until you know you found the right one. You'll know. Trust me. You'll know. She'll stand out. She'll have a glow about her. You'll know. Generally, she's the one that makes you think about, with both heads. Sometimes guys just listen to the little one too much and they end up losing half. So make sure you're thinking with both. Ian O. of Watertown, South Dakota said, I hired this really hot girl to work for my company. Oh boy, I can see where we're going here. I figured if we was in an office 10 hours a day, I wanted someone nice to look at. Well, one night after work, I offered to buy her dinner to say thanks for staying late. After a few drinks, one thing led to another, and now she's pregnant. The old bada bing, bada boom gotcha, huh? It goes on to say there is a 25-year age gap between us, and I don't want to get married again. Not to her, anyway. What would you do in my situation? Well, I'd prepare for a wedding and pray for a miscarriage. No, seriously. You two have to figure this out, Ian. But if it were me, I'd plan to stay single, but make sure the child was taken care of financially. As the son of a single mother, I can tell you it's tough. I wish my father would have done the same thing for me, but he chose to disappear. Okay? Don't you do that. Pauline R., Chandler, Arizona. I want to know how to keep a man happy because outrageous and salacious. I asked for it. Here we go. I want to know how to keep a man happy because keeping his stomach full and his balls empty isn't getting it done. Okay. Sometimes you ask and you do receive, folks. Pauline, you're never going to get an honest answer like this one that I'm about to give you, so pay attention. When he's occupied, don't talk to him. If his mind is focused on anything but you, don't say a damn thing to him. Don't nag. Don't ask him any questions. Don't tell him anything. Just leave him alone until he's focused on you. Okay? So if you do that, okay, and what is it? How did you phrase this? What wasn't working for you? Stomach full, balls empty, and don't talk to him. There you go. Rex K., Fresno, California. I have a question on radio wars. I used to be a program director of rock stations before AI came along and replaced me. But I'm amazed at how well the sets you post flow together. How do you get them to roll that way? Okay, now this is going to go over everyone's head who doesn't program a radio station, but if you want to learn something, here you go. Rex, I'm the only rock programmer who programs rock like I do because it's my system, and I really never share it because, it's kind of like KFC's recipe. It remains in the vault, but I will tell you it comes down to how you sound code your library, and then it's about balancing that with tempo, era, and using your imaging to buffer your train wrecks. Okay, I'll give you that much. Okay, I'll give you that much. And I'm sorry if that went over anybody else's head.
Now's your chance to be one of the few and the loud. Join Rat Nation at ratsasspodcast.com. Membership does have its rewards, you know.
All right, yeah, let's try to wind this thing down because I'm going to go see a man of the cloth today. I have to go pick up my dry cleaning.
Rat's Ass Podcast. Head trauma.
All right, we are playing Liar, Liar today. I shared this story about myself with you, and you have to guess whether I'm telling the truth or am I a liar, liar with my pants on fire. Despite being tall, well-built, strikingly handsome, and an athlete, I didn't ask a girl to go out with me on a date until I turned 18. Am I telling the truth or am I lying my ass off? Ladies and gentlemen, that is 100% true. And if you said true, yeah, baby, congratulations. But if you missed it, go see a doctor about your head trauma and get well soon. All right? Let's get into real or riffraff. I think I've gotten a little bass backwards here today. Yeah, that suspension got to me. All right, did you know women are more influenced by how a man smells than he looks? Alexa, is this true or is it riffraff?
It's actually partially true. Women still want a man who looks and smells good.
Okay, then what should a man smell like then?
Let's just say he better not smell like the butt of a rhino.
Come on. That doesn't really help our male listeners now.
Okay, have you seen the movie Porky's?
Yeah.
Try smelling like a used jockstrap.
Are you serious?
It got Miss Honeywell hot, so give it a shot.
Okay, there you have it, fellas. Before you go chasing the poon, smell like a used jock and make her swoon. All right, welcome to Rat Nation. Tyler Abbott, Kansas City, Kansas. Michelle Greer in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Alan Halsey in Knoxville, Tennessee. And Cameron Browning in Lancaster, California. And around the world to listeners in Montreal, Canada, Dublin, Ireland, and Munich, Germany.
Now's your chance to be one of the few and the loud. Join Rat Nation at ratsasspodcast.com. Membership does have its rewards, you know.
Yeah, I did get bass backwards today, didn't I? All right, that's it for this episode of the Rat's Ass Podcast. We'll do better on Monday. Go to ratsasspodcast.com to visit our hub and listen to previous episodes. Read the blog. It's loaded with lots of hot topicality. Watch Rat's Ass Rock TV, join the mischief at Rat Nation, and connect with us on the socials. Yes, unedited, unfiltered, uninhibited. That's our motto. We'll do this again on Monday, March 23rd. Take care of each other, and thanks for stopping by the Rat's Ass Podcast in association with the Oz Podcast Group.
The conversation continues between podcasts on X and ratsasspodcast.com. ratsasspodcast.com.